If you could travel back in time to tell your younger self something, what would you say? It's a question that you've probably heard lots of times already. A simple mental exercise in self-reflection, or a desire to undo some mistakes you've done in the past. I don't think I have a specific time in my life that I wanted to change. So aside from general advice, like be nicer to people, or avoid posting cringe on Facebook, I never really had a strong message I had to give to my past self. But now, in light of current events, if there was something I wish I could have told my past self, it would be two simple words. Support Gfriend. Gfriend is a 6-member K-pop girl group formed by Source Music in 2015. They consist of the leader, Sowon,
휴지 위치가 왜 컴퓨터에...
my personal bias, Yerin, one of the cutest humans ever, Una,
그리고 함께 해주시는 저희 스태프분들 너무 감사드리고
the third generation main vocal, Yuju, sweet but psycho Sinbi, and the sweetest magne, Omji.
다리가 볼만해요. 소은 언니가 점점 길어지고 점점 작아지는 것 같아요. 작아진다고? 언니가 작아지는 거 아니에요?
They debuted on January 16, 2015 with the song Glass Bead and garnered lots of accolades ever since, from Best New Female Artist to multiple Desang Awards. They're lauded as the queens of synchronization for their sharp dancing, and they pioneered the 2x speed random dance on Weekly Idol. Gfriend stands on the top of K-pop's third-generation girl groups alongside Twice, Red Velvet, Blackpink, and Mamamoo. Unfortunately, as of the making of this video, Gfriend is no more. On May 18th, 2021, from out of nowhere, their agency, Source Music, announced that all 6 members have decided not to renew their contract. The entire buddy fandom was in an uproar. Twitter exploded. What was happening? Is this a disbandment announcement? No, the D word was never mentioned. But then what? Finally, a day after, on May 19th, the girls posted on their official Weverse accounts handwritten letters to buddies. It was official. Gfriend was no more. So, what does this have to do with my opening spiel? Well, let me give you a little context. It was sometime in June 2020. The pandemic had most of us staying at home, and without the gym or the outdoors, I found an interest in K-pop. At the time, I was already bouncing around groups like Blackpink, Red Velvet, and Twice. I was just watching some random videos when I saw Twice dance to this particular song. It started out with a cute piano sound and suddenly introduced an electric guitar. Well, that's new. After watching the entire video, I had to check on the original version. And there, I went down the Me Gustas 2 rabbit hole. I watched the video where an entire arena of people from different fandoms were singing to it. And most importantly, I watched the video of the school teacher dancing to it with the members. It was there that I first noticed Yerin. I even watched the painful video of them slipping and falling to it. This group now had my full attention. But I can't become a fan of a group from just one song, right? So I watched their debut song, Glass Bead. Specifically, the video of them dancing on a volleyball court during a team's warm-up session. There they were, performing their hearts out, with no one taking notice. You see, Source Music isn't a big company. To debut Gfriend, the founder had to remortgage his house for money. On their debut stage, they didn't even have flashy outfits. There was nothing particularly big budget about them. They literally started from nothing. So what was my first impression of them? Wow, these girls have strong legs. And my next impression? Their choreography, especially their footwork, is no joke. I didn't notice it before, but that's because it's deceptively simple, making you think that it's easy to do. But these girls do it with precision and sharpness, that if you don't do it properly, you look like a fool. And their synchronization and positioning with each other make even the most subtle movements pop. Weirdly enough, I would liken them to the Jabberwockies, with the way their dance almost looks hypnotic. I'm hardly the most qualified person to critique a dance, but from an untrained eye, they're so mesmerizing to watch. Are they really this good every time? I asked myself. After doing some research, I heard that Rough was their best song and won them the most awards. So of course I had to check it out. Still the same amazing footwork, still the same impressive vocals, still the same powerful instrumental, with a bonus flying shoe. I love it. What's next? Navilera. Are you kidding me? Just from the intro, I can already tell that this is gonna be good. There I was, liking them more with every song. Dancing on Water with Love Whisper? Una's high note in Sunrise. Even their B-sides are gold. Have you heard of the anime opening, Water Flower? How about Rainbow? These are just a few of my favorites. Whatever your mood is, they have a song for it. I also learned more about them from all the videos I watched. You see, Gfriend is more than just their songs. It's their bond that makes them who they are. They're one of the few girl groups where I can feel a complete synergy with all the members. Put any two members together and they'll still have a completely good time. You always hear of some idols treating their relationship with the other members as purely business, but that's simply nowhere to be found in this group. They want to stay together for a long, long time, which makes the disbandment hurt even more. As of now, there has been no additional statement from the girls, Source Music, or its father company, Hybe. This was an unprecedented way to end one of the world's most beloved girl groups. So do you see my dilemma now? Gfriend started in 2015. I became a fan in 2020. They disbanded in 2021. Gfriend had 2 concerts in the Philippines, one in 2018 and another in 2019. I passed by a huge poster of the 2019 concert every day when I was commuting to work. I never even gave it a second look. I didn't care who they were back then. I didn't listen to K-pop, whatever. Do you see how devastated I am? How it feels to miss out on 2 concerts right under my nose, and then realizing that I'll never get the chance to see them live. This entire time during the pandemic, I was saving up for a day when it's safe for them to return. I didn't care how much a VIP ticket would cost. I was willing to sell my kidney for them. And then they disband on such short notice like this. Now, you might be thinking, Jai, why are you getting so worked up over a K-pop group you haven't even known for a year? Don't worry, I've been asking myself the same thing since the bad news came. Now, bear with me because this is going to be cheesy. I'm sure during this pandemic, everyone has found solace in something. Be it a new hobby like collecting plants, or making ube pandesal and dalgona coffee. We've found some way to cope with the hard times we're going through. Let's be honest, the world isn't in its best state currently, and things don't seem to be changing for the better. The important thing right now is to survive, to live through this. Things will get better, and to make sure we're there when they do, we need to value every piece of joy we can, to serve as a temporary distraction from the harshness of reality. And so, Gfriend just happened to be mine. Sure, I've also gotten into making YouTube videos, and returned to gaming, but I always come back to Gfriend. I listen to their songs all day. I await all their content with anticipation, and I even bought some of their merch. What else can I say? Impact is impact. And time isn't that important of a factor when it comes to finding something that touches you on a deep level. And that is why my answer to such a deep philosophical question is simply, I will go back in time to tell my younger self to support a K-pop group. How blessed I am to have lived in such a way that my deepest regret is not knowing about Gfriend earlier.
Wow.
It is bittersweet, the paradox that if the pandemic never came, I would have never even found out about them. But because of the pandemic, I got to know this group that I will never see again. But as Omji said, I know this will come to an end. This will end someday, but we'll also have created so many memories. Even if this ends, I don't think these memories will disappear. And she's right. One of the few perks of being a new fan is that there is a treasure trove of content to get into. I'm finding solace in knowing that I still have a lot of backlogs to dive into. It just hurts knowing that we won't be getting anything new anymore. But nevertheless, thank you, Gfriend, for the memories that I will always treasure. Yes, it was only a short time that I knew you, but I did my best to catch up. Thank you for all the laughs.
미
미처 말하지 못해 저 다만 너를 좋아해서 어린 나를 꿈처럼 마치기 작처럼
시간을 돌려서 어른이 될 수만 있다면 거친 세상 속에서 손을 잡아줄게.
Thank you for the wonderful performances and songs. Thank you for sharing with us your wonderful bond. For now, the future is uncertain, but we know you will continue to shine no matter the name. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you at the start, but I don't regret staying with you until the end. Thank you for your hard work.
버디 고마워요. 지금까지 여자친구였습니다. 감사합니다.